Hello, Learn and Grow family. My name is Johnny Neal. I am the After School Programs Coordinator for the Yes House. Today we have something very exciting going on today in the kitchen. You're going to be cooking with Miss Jessica. Today you guys are going to learn something that's going to be awesome. It's easy to make and it tastes really, really good. So Miss Jessica will be coming on shortly. And just remember one thing, be sure to keep everything sanitary. By that I mean wash your hands, wash your surfaces, and remember to clean up after yourselves. Thank you and enjoy Miss Jessica.
Hey guys! Welcome to the Learn Grow channel. Today we are cooking with Miss Jessica. Today we're going to make dough, which we can make into bagels or pretzels. Two great things. But remember, what do we start with? Washing our hands. So, soap and water, 20 seconds. We are going to preheat our oven to 400 degrees so that we have a hot oven to bake our stuff in. I have a toaster oven here that I've preheated to 400 degrees, but you guys will have a regular oven. Just make sure right here it says 400 degrees. Our three ingredients today is sour cream, flour, and baking powder. Our utensils today is a mixing spoon, 1 teaspoon, a hot mitt, a timer, 1 cup, a baking sheet, and a mixing bowl. Okay, we're going to start with our flour. So we need 1 cup of flour. When you measure your flour, make sure that it is nice and level. It means it's flat on the top. Okay? So it's nice and level. Dump it into your bowl. And then we will move on to our sour cream, which we also need a cup of. See, nice and level. We're going to add that to our bowl. Then we're going to add our teaspoon of baking powder. And we want to make sure we sprinkle this one throughout the bowl as best as you can, just to get it extra mixed. And then all we have to do is mix it. We are mixing our ingredients. Make sure that you don't get too crazy because the flour is loose. It will come out of the bowl. We have to mix for a little bit because when you're making dough, it takes a little while longer than when you mix just wet ingredients together. So you just mix and mix.
And then it will start coming together. You want to make sure that all the ingredients come together in one ball so that it is a ball of bread instead of just ingredients.
We're going to start mixing with our hands because it is pretty close to being mixed together. It's really sticky right now, so we're going to add just a little bit of extra flour. That'll take the stickiness out of it. You want to knead it together until it's all one big blob in the middle. And that's when we're going to take all of it out of the bowl and we're going to knead it onto our surface. So you're going to need to sprinkle some flour onto your surface so it doesn't stick. Put it in the middle. Sprinkle some flour on top. We're going to knead it so that it's completely mixed together. Once it is not sticky, you're going to form it into a ball and you're going to cut it into 4 pieces. Alright, once you have it in 4 pieces, you can decide whether you want to make it into a pretzel or a bagel, or you can make multiple with the same recipe. So I'll start with one of them and we're going to make it into a bagel. So you're going to want to roll it into a long snake. Make sure as you're rolling you pull out with your hands We add a little bit more flour to our surface so it's not so sticky. And then you're going to connect it into a circle. Want to make sure that you don't make it too thick because then it takes a lot longer to cook. So pretty thin, about as thin as your finger is, and this one is ready to go onto our baking sheet. We're going to grab our baking sheet. Mine's circle, yours is probably rectangle, and you're just going to put it on there. If you want to put some Pam on there, you can so that it doesn't stick, but you don't have to. And then I'm going to make our other one into a pretzel. We're going to do the same thing, is you're going to make sure there's some flour on your surface. And we're going to roll it out into a snake again. I'm going to make this one a little bit longer than the other one because we're going to make it into a pretzel shape. So once you get it out pretty long, you're going to take them and twist it once and then bring it back. And bring it over, it will look like a pretzel. We're going to take this pretzel and we're going to put it on our baking sheet. Since my baking sheet is really small, we're just going to put these two and we're going to pop them in the oven, and then we can make our other two into a pretzel or a bagel. We're going to pop it right in the oven. Make sure you have your parents help you with this so that you don't burn yourself. Your other two balls of dough, you can make whatever you want. I made another pretzel and another bagel. So I'm going to pop these in the oven. Now that we popped our stuff into the oven, we're going to set our timer for 15 minutes. Make sure that we don't burn them, and then we might put them in for 5 additional minutes after that. When you are done setting your timer, you can clean up your workspace.
And wait. And wait. And wait. And wait.
All right, we're going to pull them out of the oven. Look how great they look. We're going to take our bagel and we're going to put it on our plate. Make sure you're careful. Use your oven mitt so you don't get burnt. And we're going to wait 5 minutes to let cool before we cut it in half. Once your bagel is cooled, we're going to cut it in half. Make sure you watch your fingers so that you don't cut yourself. Alright, so now once we've cut our bagel in half, we're going to top it with whatever you want, whether it's butter, cream cheese, jelly, whatever you like. On our pretzel, you can dunk it in cheese, mustard, anything else that you might have in your fridge that you'd like, and enjoy. Mmm.